The following is a sports exclusive of Everett's greatest hits, KRKO, 1380 AM, FM 95.3, and the KRKO app. This is KRKO Everett. The Everett AquaSox are on the air. IBEW NECA AquaSox Baseball is powered by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, IBEW Local 191, and by the National Electrical Contractors Association, Cascade Chapter NECA. AquaSox Baseball is also presented by the Tulalip Resort and Casino, Sound Transit, Beacon Plumbing, ESA Credit Union, and by your Northwest Chevy dealers. Now, let's go live to the ballpark on Everett's greatest hits, KRKO. Here's the radio voice of the AquaSox, Pat Dillon.
And welcome back to Everett AquaSox Baseball. For your enjoyment, we are simulcast here this evening on AM 1380 and FM 95.3 KRKO, also via MLB TV, the MILB app, and Valley Sports Live. The Frogs are field. We'll set them for you with the leather. And first, Brandon Ike at second, Austin St. Laurent. Helden Celestin as the shortstop, and Carter Garrigui at third base. The outfield of Carlos Jimenez in left, Johnny Fimello in center, Anthony D'Onofrio is around at right, and the starting battery of Luke Stevenson back of the plate, and 24-year-old right-hander Adam Meyer on the mound. Our starting battery brought to you by Pacific Power Batteries. They have 7 locations throughout the region, including their flagship store located at 3729 Broadway, right here in downtown Everett. So here is Jorge Ruiz to lead off the ball game for Tri-City, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. A sinker, 0-1 to Jorge Ruiz. And the AquaSox had trouble with Ruiz last night, couldn't get him out. Here is a strike one pitch to Ruiz. That is a fastball, a little outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ruiz. So Jorge Ruiz, David Mershot, and Harold Cole, if anybody gets bored. Cleanup batter Randy DeJesus here at the top of the first against Adam Meyer. And Meyer's 1-1 pitch, ground ball comebacker right back to Meyer. He turns and throws him out. So 1-3 on the put-out. 1 away, and center fielder David Mershon is coming up. So AquaSox starting pitcher Pat Meyer, free agent signee back in March, came up originally in the Atlanta organization. He is from North Vancouver, British Columbia. There's a fastball, a two-seam sinker, a sweeper, a changeup. Will throw a cut fastball. The pitch to Mershon is fouled away off to the left. Strike one to David Mershon. Mershot in 28 games with Tri-City, batting at .194. He has a home run and 5 runs batted in. And that 1 home run, that's right, it was hit against the AquaSox. Here's the pitch in there for a strike. 2 strikes to David Mershon. Byron Matos is calling balls and strikes for the Northwest League. Price Boble Dyke is his partner on the base paths. And Adam Meyer has a side from Stevenson. A 2-strike pitch to Mershon. That is low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to David Mershon. Played his college baseball at Mississippi State. 18th rounder 2 years ago by the Los Angeles Angels. He's a switch hitter, batting left-handed. Outfield fanned out straight away behind Adam Meyer, and a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a change. 2 up, 2 down. Meyer picks up his first strikeout. And third baseman Harold Cole is the batter. Cole is the guy who began the season with AA Rocket City in the Southern League, and it did 61 games there. And last night his first appearance against the AquaSox. Pitch to Harold Cole, swinging a foul at home plate. Strike one to Harold Cole. Cole in 6 games with Tri-City. 3 hits and 25 at-bats. He has an RBI. And Cole 1 out of 4 last night. And Meyer, his strike one pitch to Harold Cole. That's a curveball for a strike 0-2. Adam Meyer, his last time out last Wednesday against Eugene. He turned in a pretty gritty performance. Here's a 2-strike pitch to Cole. Curveball is nubbed right back to Meyer. His underhand toss to first is in time, and it's a quick and easy 1-2-3 top of the first for Adam Meyer. We'll go to the bottom of 1 here at Everett. Glad you're with us tonight. Tri-City, nothing. The AquaSox coming up.
I was 17 and a fender bender and scared to death. Dad says, "Don't worry about it, son. Bob will take care of everything." So I'm thinking, who the heck's Bob? Turns out Bob's our Levitt Group Northwest insurance agent. He takes care of our home, cars, even the family business.
Johnny Farmello leads off the bottom of the first inning against right-hander Chase Shores. And Shores ready and delivers to Farmello. A fastball high for ball 1. Tri-City went in order in the top half of the first inning against Adam Meyer. It'll be Farmello, Stevenson, and Celestin here in the bottom of the first. And Shores, his pitch swung on a high fly ball to deep left field. Back goes Ruiz. He's at the track near the 342 marker to make the catch. And Farmello just got underneath that one going the other way. One away here at the bottom of the first, and catcher Luke Stevenson is coming up. Tri-City defensively with Kevin Brueggemann at first. At second, Johan Macias. Capri Ortiz, the shortstop. Harold Cole at third base. The outfield of Jorge Ruiz in left. David Mershon is in center. Randy DeJesus is around in right. Peter Burns back at the plate, and Chase Shores delivers ball 1 to Luke Stevenson, who currently sporting a 13-game on-base streak. He takes high. 2 balls, no strikes to Stevenson. 0 for 2 with a couple of walks last night. And Luke continues to far and away lead the Northwest League in walks. And Shores, a long look into Peter Burns. A 2-0 pitch. Stevenson, a high fly ball to center field, but right at Mershon there to make the grab. So 2 outs on a couple of fly ball outs here with the bottom of the first. We're scoreless here on what's turned out to be a comfortable evening to be outside. 2 outs here is Felton Celestin. Celestin on the heels of a terrific series down at Eugene. Of course, with Celestin, what else is new there? And he had 2 hits, including a double and a run batted in last night. Shores delivers the pitch. Swung on. That's lifted foul down the left field side. Got to get in behind the AquaSox bullpen. Strike 1. So, Chase Shores making his 7th start. It is his 3rd start against the AquaSox. He made his professional debut against the AquaSox here at Everett Memorial Stadium back on April the 7th. And he's a big fella, 6'8", 245. Rangy and athletic, very flexible. Here's a strike 1 pitch. Celestin takes high outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Shores certainly could be described as a power pitcher. And he's got a big fastball, which at times has reached triple digits. 1-1 pitch. That's low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. So the Angels took Shores in the 2nd round of last year's draft. He was the 47th overall selection. And here is a 2-1 pitch to Celestin. A swing and a miss and a changeup down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Felton Celestin. League's leading hitter at .321. And a 2-2 pitch. Celestin takes off the plate inside. 0-3 and a full count. Here the inning. Farmello flied to left. Stevenson flied to center. Now Celestin with a count full. And here is the Chase Shores 3-2 pitch. Swung on line down the right field line. It's a base hit. Gonna get into the corner. And Celestin will have at least 2. Top of the ball is DeJesus. Felton's going to third. Here's the relay by Macias to third. He is in there. A triple for Felton Celestin. That is his 3rd triple of the year. And on 3-2, he got a change. He swung and missed at the last changeup that Shores threw in. That one was almost in the same spot, and he was able to keep it fair down the right field side. So 2 outs with Celeste 90 feet away. And here is Josh Karen. Everett had the fight off last night. Shores is stretched, and the pitch to Josh Karen is taken outside and high for ball 1. Karen hitting at .257, 13 home runs, 45 RBI.
Let's get that ball flying like the wind.
And a 1-0 pitch to Karen. Fastball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Right-hander Chase Shores. He pitched collegiately at LSU. He was a teammate of AquaSox right-hander Christian Little. A 2-0 pitch to Josh Karen. That's high and outside, ball 3. 3-0. They were told Chase Shores was born in Clayton, New Mexico, raised in Midland, Texas. He attended Lee High School. And the 6'8 right-hander, his 3-0 pitch to Josh Karen is on the way and taken all the way, and he takes a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to Josh Karen. Karen, a nice series down in Eugene last week, 6 out of 17, a .353 clip. And it included his 13th home run of the season. A 3-1 pitch from Shores. Swing and a high fly ball to deep left field. Going way out of here, Josh Karen. He's just hit his 14th home run with Feldman Celestin aboard. And it's 2-0 AquaSox here in the first. He got a 94-mile-an-hour fastball about held high. It was middle in, and he got all of it. And with 2 outs and nobody on, they tripled to right by Celestin. And then Karen belts a 2-run home run to left. So the Frogs off and running here in the bottom of the first inning, and here is Brandon Ike. And the pitch to Ike is a fastball strike across the outside 0-1. And the crowd getting fired up. Here's a strike 1. Pitch to Ike, swung on. That's a little dunker into left center field for a base hit. A single for Ike, and since there were 2 outs and nobody on, the AquaSox now was double shy of the cycle here in the first inning. Ike at first, and left fielder Carlos Jimenez is coming up. Jimenez 0 for 3 with a walk last night, hitting .272. Right home runs, and he is up amongst the leaders in the Northwest League with his 48 RBI, which is tops on the AquaSox ball club. He takes a strike. A change up that time from Chase Shores. 0-1 to Jimenez. Anthony D'Onofrio is on deck. Mikey held aboard by Brueggemann at first at a strike 1 pitch to Carlos Jimenez. Swing and a miss at a changeup. He was out in front 0-2. Brian Scott going through some signs in the third base coaching box. Shadows beginning to stretch across the third base line and the left field line. Lights are on here at the outset. Here's a move to first and back in. Here's Brandon Ike. Right-hander Chase Shores, he missed 50 days between starts from late April through mid-June this year due to what we were told was an upper body injury. 2-strike pitch, change, swing and a miss, and Jimenez strikes out. That's the inning. Frogs score it twice. They break the ice and take the lead here at the bottom of the first inning. Randy DeJesus will lead off the second inning for Price City, and he takes inside for ball 1. 2-0. The AquaSox lead it. And the 2-run home run way out of here to left field by Josh Karen. In the bottom half of the first, and the pitch to DeJesus, swinging a line drive, base hit up the alley, left center field. That's going to get on the turf, get all the way out to the wall. fielded by Farmello, and here is DeJesus into second with a standing double for Brandy, his 13th double of the year. DeJesus, who swung it so well last week at Spokane, he has picked up where he left off in this series, and DeJesus really ever since that first series between these two clubs at Kisa Stadium back at the end of April has swung it so well against the AquaSox. Here is Peter Burns, left-handed hitting catcher, takes outside for ball one. Peter Burns 0 for 3 in the game last night. He was hit by a pitch. Peter hitting at .217. 3 home runs, 12 RBI. And Meyer looked back at DeJesus at second, delivers the pitch, swung on line foul deep down the right field side. 1 ball and 1 strike to Peter Burns with Tri-City all of last year. He was briefly with Tri-City 2 years ago. Signed as a non-drafted free agent in 2023 at Boston College, where he played for 5 seasons. He was the team captain there. A 1-1 pitch to Burns, swinging a foul off his instep. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Peter Burns. Well, take a little walk off to the right-hand side of the hitting circle. Capri Ortiz waits his turn on deck, and Peter Burns going to dig back in from the left-hand side. Randy DeJesus taking his lead off second base as Myers stares into Luke Stevenson, has a sign now out of his stretch. A 1-2 pitch to Peter Burns is swung out and popped up right side of the diamond. The second baseman Austin St. Laurent says he has it, and he makes the catch. 1 away here in the top of 2-0. The AquaSox lead it, and shortstop Capri Ortiz is coming up. Adam Meyer has been so solid of late. Again, the fine outing last Wednesday in his last start. 5 innings, just the 2 earned runs through 82 pitches. He has won his last 2 starts. Here is Ortiz, pitch on the way, swinging a foul at home plate. Strike 1 to Capri Ortiz. And Meyer now has a ERA of 3.38, had a 3.38 ERA in 4 starts in the month of June. He is getting stronger and better as we get deeper into the season. Strike 1 pitch, a curveball, swing and a miss, and Ortiz was way out in front. 2 strikes the count. And Meyer this time last year in the Atlanta organization. Last year was his second pro season. Spent time in the South Atlantic League with High A Rome. There's a 2-strike pitch to Ortiz. Check swing. He went around, and Ortiz is down on strikes. So 2 out. Second strikeout for Adam Meyer, who threw just 10 pitches, 8 for strikes, and a 1-2-3 first inning. So Randy DeJesus had the leadoff double to left center. And he's still out there with 2 outs. Here is Gage Harrelson. 1 out of 4 last night. Meyer at the belt, and the pitch to Gage Harrelson is a changeup inside for ball 1. And again, the reminder, this is a simulcast tonight. Radio and television, AM 1380 KRKO, as well as MLB TV and Valley Sports Live. There's the pitch to Gage Harrelson. Swing and a miss. Another dandy changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike. Adam Meyer last year in the Brave system with High A Rome made 19 starts, 22 appearances, and had a 5.76 ERA. 1-1 pitch. Harrelson takes right down the middle for a strike with a curveball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Adam Meyer a strike away from pitching around a leadoff double here in the top half of the second. AquaSox lead at 2-0 over Tri-City. And Meyer ready. Look at second, and a 1-2 pitch got him swinging. Harrelson strikes out. That's the inning. Here in the second, one base hit, one man left. We'll go bottom of two here in Everett. AquaSox 2, Tri-City nothing.
All your printing needs to save you time and money. We are proud sponsors of our local sports teams and community events. We're at 35th and Broadway in Everett and online at packcopy.com. Pacific Copy and Printing. We do the work, you take the credit.
Anthony D'Onofrio leads off the last of the second for the AquaSox against right-hander Chase Shores. Starts his motion and he delivers to Anthony. It's inside for ball one. Lower third of the order, Anthony D'Onofrio, Austin St. Laurent, and Carter DeRiggi here with the bottom of two. 2 runs, 3 hits for the AquaSox. No runs, 1 hit for Tri-City. And a curve to D'Onofrio is in there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Anthony D'Onofrio in the midst of a 10-game hitting streak. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swung on, that's popped up. And straightaway left field, Jorge Ruiz comes in a few steps and makes the catch. One away for the Frogs here in the second, and second baseman Austin St. Laurent is coming up. And it was St. Laurent in the 9th inning last night that set the table for the walk-off winner. He coached a walk off of left-hander Dylan Phillips. Phillips had retired all previous 5 AquaSox that he has had faced before St. Laurent walked in the 9th inning with 2 outs last night. He takes a strike here, 0-1. And then Farmello came up, fell behind in the count, 2 strikes, and doubled down the right field side to drive in St. Laurent to win the ball game. Here's a swing and a foul out of play off to the right. 2 strikes to Austin St. Laurent. Austin hitting at .216. 5 homers and 20 runs batted in. And Shores says okay to a Peter Burnside, a 2-strike pitch. That's off the plate outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So again, Shores missed 50 days between starts. He made a start against the AquaSox on April 29th and didn't pitch again until June 17th against Eugene. Here's a swing and a foul off the catcher Peter Burns. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boy, it's been a tough start here for Burns when he was at bat in the top half of the second inning. He fouled the ball off his right foot, and he just took a foul ball off Austin St. Laurent's bat. It got him somewhere that wasn't padded. And Peter going to settle into a crouch back at the plate. All right, Chase Shores. His 1-2 pitch to St. Laurent, swinging a ground ball to the right side to his left. Macias, the second baseman, has it and throws him out. Nice play by Johan Macias. Had a lot of ground to cover. 2 up, 2 down here with the second, and third baseman Carter DeRiggi is coming up. So Shores with, again, what they told us was an upper body injury. When he recovered, of course, he needed to build his arm strength back up to manage a starter's workload from scratch. So he is on a little bit of a pitch limit. Pitch to DeRiggi is in there for a strike, 0-1. Shores, his last time out at Spokane, it was back on the 24th. So a week ago. Here's the pitch. Fastball, that's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Carter DeRiggi. Shores last time out, 2 2/3 innings. He threw 46 pitches. And less than half of them for strikes. 1-1 pitch. That's high and inside, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Shores had previously had that 10 strikeout outing again on April 29th against the AquaSox. It was at Giesa Stadium, and we remember that game well. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Fastball, that's low and inside, ball 3. 3-1. And Shores sideline for all of May and basically the first 3 weeks of June. A 3-1 pitch to Carter DeRiggi. That is in there for a strike. 3-2. DeRiggi had the night off last night. Carter in the Eugene series, 1 out of 10. His 1 hit was a double, and he also walked twice. And the pitch to him, big slap Bouncer foul outside of third. It's picked up by Harold Cole over near the third base coaching box, and DeRiggi will come back and try it again with the count full, and Johnny Parmello waiting on deck. AquaSox 2 runs on 3 hits. Tri-City no runs, 1 base hit. The AquaSox got their 2 runs in the bottom half of the first inning with 2 outs and nobody on. Felton Celestin tripled into the right field corner. And then Josh Caron on a 3-1 pitch lowered the boom and hit his 14th home run. DeRiggi waits. They had another 3-2 offering from Chase Shores. That's fouled straight back. 3-2 to DeRiggi. And DeRiggi throughout the season series against Tri-City has swung it well against the Dust Devils. Around a 3-2 pitch to DeRiggi, swung on, fly ball, left field starting back. Ruiz, he comes in now to make the catch. And the AquaSox are retired in order by Chase Shores here in the second. We'll head to the top of the third here in Everett. AquaSox 2, Dust Devils nothing. Here we go to the third inning. Kevin Brueggemann will lead it off for Tri-City. He'll be the 8-9-1 batters to face right-hander Adam Meyer. 2-0, the AquaSox lead it. And Meyer starts his windup. He delivers to Brueggemann. That's a changeup load outside for ball 1. Kevin Brueggemann came on defensively in the 9th inning last night at first base. He did not have an official plate appearance. And a 1-0 pitch to Kevin Brueggemann. That is a change for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Brueggemann from Stamford, Connecticut. He played his college baseball at Hofstra University. There's a 1-1 pitch to Kevin Brueggemann. Change, swing and a miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brueggemann was a teammate of former AquaSox right-hander Jimmy Joyce at Hofstra. Of course, Jimmy, before he became a pitcher, was a position player. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball is hit in the air to right field. Right at D'Onofrio. He's got the sunglasses on. They're to one-handed. 1 away here in the third. AquaSox 2, Tri-City nothing. And number 9 hitter, second baseman Johan Macias, is coming up. And a reminder, the sleep experts at ESC Mattress Center in Everett guarantee they can find your perfect sleep solution to help you get the rest you need. ESC Mattress Center, they're right off Everett Ball Way near Outback Steakhouse. The pitch to Macias in there for a strike. Johan Macias didn't play last night. Hitting at .225, has 3 homers, 22 runs batted in. And Meyer, a strike 1 pitch to Macias. That is high, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Johan Macias last year in the California League with Inland Empire. He has had the reputation throughout his career as being a good contact hitter. 1-1 pitch, swinging a tap foul at home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Johan Macias. He has swung it well against the AquaSox. Last time these clubs got together, he had a home run in that series here at the end of May. Pitched to him, a swing and a miss, and Macias is down on strikes. So far, so good for Adam Meyer. He's allowed 1 base runner and now struck out 4 the first time through the Dust Devils batting order. The only base runner he allowed, Brady DeJesus, on a 1-0 pitch double to left center to lead off the second, and he was left stranded at second. Here's Jorge Ruiz. Frogs were finally able to get this guy out in the first inning, and he takes inside for ball 1. Ruiz in last night's game had the 3 singles, a double, and a walk. Raised his average, real-time average, to .241. Here's a pitch, swinging a ground ball, hit to the right side, right to second baseman Austin St. Laurent. He throws him out, and Meyer.
With all the tech you need to stay connected, while the undeniable value of Chevy Trax will keep you moving from here to over here to way over here. Get to all the places you want to be with Chevy SUVs. See your Northwest Chevy dealer.
Johnny Parmello takes ball 1 from Chase Shores. Shores starting this inning. That was pitch number 38 for him. Here comes a 1-0 pitch to Farmelo. That's off the plate inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. And again, Shores, after not pitching in 50 days, since then he has made 2 appearances, both abbreviated starts. 2-0 pitch. That is off the plate inside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Shores on June 17th at home against Eugene at the layoff. Went just an inning and a third through 31 pitches. There's a 3-0 pitch to Johnny Farmelo. That is in there for strike 3 at 1. 2 runs, 3 hits for the AquaSox. No runs, 1 base hit. We're in Tri-City, game 2 of a 6-game series that will wrap up here on Sunday. A 3-1 pitch. Farmelo swings and fouls one straight back. 3-2. Jay Shores, when he was in high school, of course, he was a terrific pitcher. He was also a two-way talent. He had 10 home runs his senior year in high school. And a 3-2 pitch to Johnny Farmelo, swinging it foul off to the right-hand side of home plate. Still a full count. Shores committed to play at LSU in 2022. His freshman year was the 2023 season. He made an immediate impact. And here comes a 3-2 pitch to Farmelo. Ground ball wide of first, backhanded nicely by Brueggemann. He'll feed Shores covering. Very nicely done. 3-1 on the putout. 1 away for the AquaSox here in the last of the third. Frogs lead it 2-0 over Tri-City. And catcher Luke Stevenson is coming up. Shores had a UCL right elbow injury that he suffered his freshman year in March of that year. And then in April, they were told he underwent Tommy John surgery. Missed the rest of LSU's 2023 national championship run. He missed all of 2024 as well. Here's Luke Stevenson. Takes low and inside. For ball 1. And Shores came back last year. He was initially a starter at LSU before he transitioned into a high leverage relief role. His 1-0 pitch to Stevenson. That's off the plate inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Shores, though, he was a big part of LSU's 2025 championship team. Pitched 4 times in the College World Series. Takes a big deep breath here. Turns on the rubber. A 2-0 pitch to Stevenson. That is off the plate outside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. And Shores recorded the final out to clinch the title against Coastal Carolina, going 2 2/3 scoreless innings in the deciding game. There comes a 3-0 pitch. Stevenson swings a fly ball up the alley, deep right center field, way back, and it's off the base of the wall. Picked up by Mershon. Gets his throw back to the infield where it's cut off by Capri Ortiz. That's a double for Luke Stevenson. Luke on 3-0. Got a hold of one and got it off the wall in right center field. And it's second, 1 out. Felton Celestin is the batter. They're starting now to move around in the Tri-City bullpen. And the first to take his jacket off down there, right-hander Max Gigg. Here is Celestin. Tripled and scored back in the first. And Shores delivers the pitch, swinging a bounce foul off to the right. Strike 1 to Felton Celestin. Celestin now his real-time average at 323. Has had just a phenomenal season. Here's a strike 1 pitch to Celestin. Swing and a bounce to the right of the mound. It's going to be picked there by Brueggemann. He tosses it to the pitcher. Shores covering, not in time. Safe at first is Celestin. That's going to be a base hit all the way. That was a nearly impossible play, a very tough angle, and credit Shores for hustling over there in time and just tried to grope for the bag with his right foot. So to third base goes Stevenson. And here is Josh Karen. Infield now is going to come in for Tri-City. Karen, the 2-run home run back in the first. And Shores kicks and fires a change outside for ball 1. So here in the inning, Farmello grounded out to Brueggemann at first. Stevenson the double off the alley and right, up the alley off the wall and right center. Goes to third on the infield hit by Celestin. Now timeout as Peter Burns going to go out there and visit with Chase Shores, and right-hander Max Gigg now throwing off the mound in the Tri-City bullpen down the right field side. And we have Shores now unofficially at 51 pitches. And the runners their leads from first and third. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Josh Karen. That is a strike across the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Josh Karen. Now with 14 home runs. He has far and away eclipsed his home run total from last year, which was 9. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That's outside. Ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Josh Karen from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, played collegiately at the University of Nebraska. A 2-1 pitch from Chase Shores is on the way, swung on. That's a high fly ball to deep left field. Ruiz and Mershon going away back. It's going to be Ruiz for the catch. The left fielder tagging in third is Stevenson. He will score. And it's now the AquaSox 3 and Tri-City nothing. Sac fly to left by Josh Karen. That's the second out of the inning. Karen got his slider. He didn't quite get all of that one. But he picks up his third RBI. Staying put at first, Celestin. So certainly the infield hit helping things along here in the third inning for the AquaSox. Here is Brandon Ike. Ike, base hit to left back in the first. He takes outside for ball 1. For most of the season, Ike and Karen have been neck and neck, leading the ball club in home runs. Ike has 13. Dancing off the bag at first. Celestin, there's a ground ball fair behind the bag at third. Cole has it. Throws a 1-hopper to Brueggemann at first, and it's in time. And that will retire the side. Frogs get a run.
Please stop into our beautiful showroom. We have free designer assistance to help you with your shopping needs. Erickson Furniture, located at 2015 Broadway in North Everett. We would love to help you turn your house into your home. Go AquaSox.
AquaSox lead at 3-0 now as we head to the fourth inning, and Adam Meyer has allowed 1 base runner in 3 shutout innings. And his first pitch to David Mershon is fouled away off to the left. Strike one to David Mershon. Mershon lost his right elbow guard taking that swing. Strike one to David. Added to the Tri-City roster on May 19th after a stop in the Arizona Complex League. Strike one to Mershon. That is a curve over for a strike. 0-2. Adam Meyer, he's been mixing it up here tonight so far. There's a 2-strike pitch to Mershon. Swing and a miss. He got it with the change. One away. That is the 5th strikeout for Meyer, who really has not been a big strikeout guy this year, though his season high strikeouts is 6. And he's struck out 5 batters and starts a handful of times. He's got 5 now. Here's Harold Cole, right-handed batter, takes inside for ball 1. Cole signed with the Angels as a free agent in July 2 years ago, shortly after the 2024 draft. A 1-0 pitch to Harold Cole. That is a strike at the knees across the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Harold Cole, he, like a lot of players these days, moved around quite a bit in college. A 1-1 pitch to Cole. That's a swing and a miss. A cut fastball up in the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cole played JUCO ball in Texas at San Jacinto College. He went on to attend the University of Arkansas. That was in 2023. 1-2 pitch to him. A slider inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Cole in his final college season was at the University of Houston. He 2 years ago started all 54 games. Here comes a 2-2 pitch to Harold Cole. Breaking ball hit on the ground to third. Nice short hop pick by Dorighi. His throw to first is in time. What a play. 2 outs. We'll put a star on that. We have our leading candidate for tonight's Northwest Chevy Dealers defensive play of the game. Only way you can make that play, charged in and pick that on a short hop. Fine job by Carter Dorighi. 2 up and 2 down. And the fella who has the only base hit is the only base runner for Tri-City so far tonight. Randy DeJesus takes a strike 0-1. DeJesus doubled to left center, leading off the second, and was left stranded. Most of the playing surface now covered in the shadows. And Meyer kicks and fires strike 1. That's a slider outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy DeJesus. Randy early last season against the AquaSox had a big series against the Frogs. 1-1 pitch, a curve, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Back in April of last year, DeJesus had 3 straight 3-hit games against the AquaSox. Of course, he had a tough season last year, hitting just 185. 1-2 pitch, swung on, popped him up foul, let it play off to the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But something has certainly clicked with DeJesus of late. Coming off a big series last week at Spokane, hitting 265. He has also been walking more this year. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That's low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And DeJesus, big, strong, right-handed hitter, 6'4", 240. And a couple of years ago, he added about 20 pounds of muscle. Here's a breaking ball. That is strike 3 called across the inside corner. Got him with a curve. Well, Adam Meyer has matched.
There are opportunities for mechanics, electricians, inspectors, painters, and more. Enjoy excellent benefits and a rewarding career. Apply today at Boeing.com/Seattle Jobs. That's Boeing.com/Seattle Jobs.
Carlos Jimenez takes a strike from Chase Shore. Shore is still out there. Closing in now on 60 pitches. His 0-1 pitch to Carlos Jimenez at his feet inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. He joined us late. AquaSox took a 2-0 lead in the first inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Felton Celestin tripled to right and was aboard when Josh Caron hit his 14th home run, a 2-run shot out of here to left. A 1-1 pitch to Carlos Jimenez. Slapped on the ground of the hole at short. Back in it by Ortiz. Long throw to first on a bounce is too late, and Jimenez is safe. There's an infield hit to shortstop. Leadoff man is aboard, and right fielder Anthony D'Onofrio is coming up. AquaSox added to their lead in the last of the third with 1 out. Luke Stevenson doubled off the wall in right center. Went to third on the infield hit by Felton Celestin and scored on a Josh Caron sac fly to left. AquaSox now with 6 hits against right-hander Chase Shores. And Jimenez a threat to steal. 9 stolen bases, though he's been thrown out 7 times. And here's D'Onofrio, left-handed batter. Pitch from Shores is in there for a strike 0-1. Right-hander Max Gig has been throwing in the Tri-City bullpen. One way or another, it would seem that this 4th inning will be Chase Shore's final frame. Here's a strike 1 pitch to D'Onofrio. That is over but high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pep Shores now at 61 pitches, 35 for strikes. Here was a 1-1 pitch to Anthony D'Onofrio. Takes him there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Anthony again, a 10-game hitting streak. Had a nice series last week against Eugene. He had a fantastic homestand the last time the Frogs were home. There's a 1-2 pitch, swing and a ground ball. That's fair. Inside first down the right field line. Going to get into the bullpen. Here is Jimenez with great speed to third base. Up of the ball is to Jesus finally. Here comes Jimenez to score on an RBI double by Anthony D'Onofrio. It's 4-0. That ball was just fair. Kevin Brueggemann, the first baseman, almost got to this ball. Just bounced past his reach. He was right behind the bag, and he was mad at himself. And to the mound now is Dan Villardello, and that's going to be the end of the night for right-hander Chase Shores, who will exit stage left. There's right-hander Max Gigg jogs in from the bullpen. Double down the right field line into the corner by Anthony D'Onofrio, who is now hitting 11 straight. It is the Frogs 4, Tri-City nothing, and here is Austin St. Laurent, who grounded to second his first time up, and he swings and fouls one at home plate. And the count strike one to St. Laurent, who grounded out to second baseman Johan Macias back in the second inning. Frogs now 4 runs on 7 hits. Tri-City no runs on 1 base hit. And Gigg look back at D'Onofrio at second base. Here's a strike 1 pitch to St. Laurent. That is a curveball inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Max Gigg, a 3-1 record, has a 9.19 earned run average. His last time out was last Saturday at Spokane. He took the loss in relief, going an inning and 2/3. 1-1 pitch. That is over but high, a fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Austin St. Laurent. Last year was his first full minor league season with the Modesto Nuts. Right-handed batter waits for Gigg, who again looks at D'Onofrio at second base and now steps off the back of the rubber. Max Gigg last year was with the Dust Devils, made 28 appearances. He also made the first 2 starts of his pro career with Tri-City last year. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That's a breaking ball hit on the ground. Is short. Glad there by Ortiz. Bobbles it. Picks it up. Everybody saved. Anthony D'Onofrio took off on contact on a ball hit in front of him. And Capri Ortiz had a notion he was going to go to third, and then he didn't have anywhere to go. So that'll be an error, and the AquaSox at first and third with nobody out. And Carter DeRiggi is the batter. DeRiggi flied to left in the second inning, 0 for 1. D'Onofrio at third, St. Laurent at first, a stretch from Gigg, and a right-hander delivers the pitch low and outside for ball 1. Gigg 2 years ago made 7 appearances for Tri-City. His season was cut short as the result of injury. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Carter DeRiggi, swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball up above the top of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike to Carter DeRiggi, the every 9 hitter tonight. Carmelo waits his turn in the on deck area. Runners that leads from first and third, and a 1-1 pitch from Max Gigg. Very high and outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. AquaSox 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, threatening for more. Tri-City no runs, 1 hit and 1 error. And Gigg, his 2-1 pitch to DeRiggi. That's a cutter low and inside, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Max Gig made 2 appearances last week in the series against Spokane, combined in 2 2/3 innings. He was charged with 4 runs all earned. And a 3-1 pitch. Here's a strike across the inside, 3-2. Gig making his 22nd appearance, 32 1/3 innings. He has struck out 41. He has also walked 41. And a 3-2 pitch. And there goes the runner. It swung out and fouled away off to the left. Full count to Carter Deregi as Austin St. Laurent was on the move. And St. Laurent jogging back to first base, looked back in the direction of manager Ryan Scott, who was going through some signs in the third base box. Deregi asking home plate umpire Byron Matos for time. And takes a big deep breath. Left-handed batter back up there and waiting. D'Onofrio at third, St. Laurent at first. Let's see if he's taken off again. The stretch. And a 3-2 pitch, not going this time. The pitch is swung on. That's a drive up the alley, deep left center field. That's going to find the gap, get all the way to the wall. D'Onofrio scores. St. Laurent getting the wave around third base. He will score. It is a 2-run double by Carter Deregi. Frogs have pushed across 3 here in the 4th and now lead it 6-0. Carter Deregi, his 8th double of the year. So D'Onofrio scores. St. Laurent scores the unearned run. And here is Johnny Farmello. Farmello 0 for 2, grounded to first his last time up, and a pot foot up, foul territory, third base side. Oh, to make a fine backhanded catch is Harold Cole, the third baseman. He just did have enough room. He didn't give up on it. Cole also was not hit that high in the area, so Cole really had to hustle over to make the catch and spun around to see where Deregi was. That's the first out of the inning. So Farmello fouls out. 1 out, and here is Luke Stevenson. He broke the double to right center and came around to score back in the 3rd inning. Hogs now with 8 base hits. They lead it 6-0. Here's the pitch to Stevenson. A change low and inside for ball 1. Rice City with Kevin Brueggemann at first. Johan Macias at second. Those guys swung around to the right. Capri Ortiz trying to keep Deregi close to the bag at second, and Harold Cole at third. A 1-0 pitch to Luke Stevenson. Very high outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Jorge Ruiz in left, David Mershon in center. Mershon pulled over towards left center. Randy DeJesus backed up deep and right. And Peter Burns back at the plate. The stretch from Gig, and a 2-0 pitch to Luke Stevenson. Left-handed batter takes outside off the catcher's mitt of Burns, and advancing to third without a throw is Deregi. That'll be a pass ball. Well, the Frogs taking advantage of some miscues here in the inning. The error, and now a pass ball with 1 out, gets Deregi to third base. 3-0 to Stevenson, and the Tri-City infield forced to come in. And Gig at the belt. 3-0 pitch. That's a strike across the inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. So again, here in the inning, Jimenez the infield hit. Scored all the way from first on D'Onofrio's double to right. Anthony to third as St. Laurent reached on the error. And then Deregi the 2-run double. A 3-1 pitch to Stevenson. Swinging a ground ball into right field past the drawn-in infield. That'll score Deregi from third, and the AquaSox lead at 7-0 here in the 4th. Second hit tonight for Stevenson, and picks up his 42nd run batted in. Well, the runs keep coming for the Frogs. The first 4 in this inning reached safely, and they have all now scored. And here is Feldon Celeste with Stevenson at first and 1 out. The stretch from Gig, pitch on the way to Celestin is low and outside for ball 1. Well, we can close the book on Chase Shores. Shores 3+ innings, 7 hits. He is charged with 5 runs. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Celestin takes at his feet inside ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Shores no walks, 1 strikeout. And we had him officially tonight. 63 pitches, 37 for strikes. Stevenson held by Brueggemann at first as Celestin waits at a 2-0 pitch. That's low and inside ball 3. 3-0. Feldon 2 for 2 tonight. His league leading average in real time now has ascended to 326. Feldon 11 home runs, has 48 runs batted in. And here's a 3-0 to him. He takes a strike across the inside. 3 balls, 1 strike on deck is designated hitter Josh Caron. Frogs 2 in the first, 1 in the third, and so far 4 here in the fourth. And Feldon Celestin waits. Max Gig, a 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Sinking fastball, he was a little bit out in front of it. Full count to Feldon Celestin. Let's see, with 1 out, Logan Moore went over to say something to the runner, Luke Stevenson. Will Luke be taken off?
Let's go, baby. When we need a hit, we put 5 on it, baby. Let's go.
And Max Gig, a long look into Peter Burns. Stevenson off first, the stretch, and a 3-2 pitch. There he goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. Throw through to second is high and into center field. So getting up is Stevenson. He'll go to third, and the throw to third base is not in time. Celestin is down on strikes for the second out. Stevenson has the stolen base, and he goes to third on the error. So with 2 outs, a man at third, and Josh Caron is coming up. He will be the 8th man to bat for the AquaSox here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Frogs lead it 7-0. And the AquaSox have not had one of these kind of games for a while. Here's the pitch to Caron. That's low and outside for ball 1. Caron, the 2-run home run in the first. He had a sac fly to left to drive home Luke Stevenson in the 3rd inning. And right-hander Max Gig. His 1-0 pitch, swinging at a foul. That got a piece of catcher Peter Burns. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Josh Caron. It was a big college season at Nebraska in 2024 that helped his draft stock. Mariners took him in the 4th round. 1-1 pitch to Josh Caron, swinging a foul at home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And for Caron, it was somewhat of a fast descent. Certainly did a standout junior season at Nebraska. He was just 20 in the 2024 college season, which was kind of young for a college junior. But went in the 4th round. He actually, after he signed with the Mariners in 2024, he went to Modesto. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Max Gig. Breaking ball. That's hit well to center. Back it up. Mershon leaps up. Can't get it all the way to the wall. Stevenson scores. It's a double for Josh Caron, and it's 8-0 AquaSox here in the 4th. Caron turns around a slider. Looked like he just kind of went down and got it. And yanked it over the head of Mershon. That one hopped off the 390 marker, the deepest part of Everett Memorial Stadium. Quite a poke out there. So Caron now with 4 RBI tonight. And here is Brandon Ike. And the pitch on the way, a fastball strike across the outside, 0-1. Ike came in batting .271. The 13 home runs, 37 RBI. He is 1 out of 2 tonight. Strike one pitch to him. A cue shot, bounce foul. Nice play by first base coach Logan Moore over there to barehand that ball. 2 strikes to Brandon Ike. Carlos Jimenez waiting his turn on deck. He'd be next if Ike can extend the inning. 2 strike pitch, ground ball off the glove of Gig. It will deflect out to the shortstop Ortiz. Everybody safe. It's an infield hit for Brandon Ike. Aaron goes to third. Now, one thing that Max Gig did there by deflecting that ball and preventing it from going into center field is if it does, the Frogs would have yet another run here in the 4th inning. So now runners on at first and third. Frogs have batted around here in the 4th. Carlos Jimenez the batter. And Gig ready and fires. The pitch is low and inside for ball 1. AquaSox with 6 hits in this inning. Frogs now overall with 11 hits tonight. Here was a 1-0 pitch to Carlos Jimenez. That is high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. For action in the Tri-City bullpen, they just got a left-hander up. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Jimenez swings and fouls one away off to the left. 2 balls and 1 strike to Carlos Jimenez. Max Gig, again, he came on 3 batters into this inning, and we have him now. Officially, he has thrown 33 pitches here in the bottom half of the 4th, and a 2-1 pitch to Carlos Jimenez. That is a little lower inside, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. It is left-hander Luke Cooper warming in the Tri-City bullpen. And Gig now at the belt. His 3-1 pitch to Carlos Jimenez. A swing and a miss. He actually tried to hold up, but he went around a 3/4 swing and a miss, I guess. Full count to Jimenez. And with 2 outs, the runner's going to be taken off. Gig ready. And there they go. Pitch on the way is swung out. A fly ball hit to center field. And Mershon ranging over to his left to make the catch. And that will retire the side. The AquaSox and to the plate. They score. Yeah, here we go to the 5th inning. Peter Burns steps in for a Tri-City, and Adam Meyer ready delivers a fastball high and outside for ball 1. So a big contrast with 2 offenses tonight. The AquaSox fresh off in a 10-batter, 5-run, 6-hit bottom of the 4th inning. Peter Burns takes ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. And Tri-City has mustered 1 base runner against Adam Meyer so far through 4 innings. The leadoff double by Randy DeJesus in the 2nd. 2-0 pitch. That's very high and outside. 3 balls, no strikes to Peter Burns. And for Adam Meyer, he had an extended rest in the AquaSox dugout between innings while his teammates were up in the bottom half of the 4th. 3-0 pitch. That is a little high, ball 4. So Burns, a 4th pitch, 3 pass. That's the first walk allowed by Meyer, who has struck out 6 now in 4+ innings. And shortstop Capri Ortiz is the batter. Meyer gets a new baseball. Going to go down and get some rosin. And comes back up on top to go to work on Capri Ortiz. Ortiz struck out swinging back in the 2nd. Right-handed batter looks at a curveball outside for ball 1. Adam Meyer this year, he has certainly had his moments. Again, a gritty performance last time out on the road at Eugene against that talented lineup. Here's a change for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Scattered 7 hits in 5 innings last time out, and only gave up 2 runs, both earned. A 1-1 pitch to Capri Ortiz that misses outside ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. But Meyer was very effective. Once he got in trouble last Wednesday at Eugene, he always managed to find a way to get his way out of it. Here's a move to first and back in is Peter Burns. But Meyer in his 5 innings, there were 5 base runners left on in scoring position back on the 24th. There's a 2-1 pitch, swinging a fly ball, left field, down the line, into the corner. This is a foul ball. And Ortiz will come back and try it again with a count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Capri Ortiz has 5 home runs this year. That certainly had home run distance, but started off in foul territory and kept going that direction. 2-2 to Capri Ortiz. Turned 21 back just before the season started. A 2-2 pitch to him. That's inside. It hit him. Got him on, appeared to get him on his left thigh. And so Ortiz will head to first. To second is Peter Burns. So 2 on with nobody out, and designated hitter Gage Harrelson is coming up. And Luke Stevenson going to go out and have a word with Adam Meyer. By the way, Mariners off tonight, as you may know. They will conclude their series at home tomorrow night against the Angels. Former AquaSox Bryce Miller will get the start in that one. They'll throw the first pitch tomorrow night at T-Mobile Park at 6:40 p.m. In the meantime, around the Northwest League on the Pizza Hut out-of-town scoreboard, Eugene and Vancouver tied at 3-3, top of the 5th. And Hillsborough leads Spokane 3-1, top of the 7th. All right, here is Harrelson, a left-handed batter, and he takes low and inside for ball 1. Harrelson, a swinging strikeout back in the 2nd. No action yet in the AquaSox bullpen. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Gage Harrelson. Swung on, fly ball, hit the left, right at Jimenez. He's got it, 1 out. And first baseman Kevin Brueggemann is coming up. Right-hander Jose Geraldo got up and took his jacket off. Getting stretched out, but he has not begun throwing off a mound yet. So 2-1 with 1 out. Here is Kevin Brueggemann, right-handed batter, led off the 3rd inning. Flying out to D'Onofrio in right field. 8-0, the AquaSox lead it. Here's the pitch on the way. Fastball, that is in there for a strike. 0-1 to Kevin Brueggemann. Brueggemann coming in to play tonight, hitting .123 with no homers and 8 RBI, and a pitch, swing and a miss. 2 strikes to Brueggemann. And Brueggemann has seen action against the AquaSox in the season series. He did not play in the series the last time these 2 clubs got together at the end of May against the Frogs. He is a combined now 0 for 14. Here's a 2-strike pitch. Big high bouncer to third. Picked there by Duriggi. He has no play, and everybody's safe. Big Baltimore chop off the dirt in front of the hitting circle. So Brueggemann on an 0-2 pitch, an infield hit to third. And Burns to third, to second Ortiz. Brueggemann at first, and here is Johan Macias. Switch hitter up there from the left-hand side. He struck out back in the 3rd, and Meyer delivers the pitch, swung on and popped up. Foul territory, first base side, tracked by Ike near the first base gate, and it's back out of play. Thought he might have a chance, but that ball had so much spin on it, it just was able to get back over in the right field bleachers. Strike 1 to Johan Macias. didn't play last night. He has a home run this season against the AquaSox. Bases loaded, 1 out. They strike 1 pitch to him. That is in there for a strike 0-2. Meyer, the 4-pitch walk of Burns. He hits Ortiz. And then with 1 out, Brueggemann, the infield, hit to third. Double play, of course, in order. Had a 2-strike pitch to Johan Macias. Swinging a ground ball into right field. A base hit. Burns scores. And Ortiz will stop at third. And quickly up the ball was D'Onofrio. Gets his throw back to the infield. Cut off by Brandon Ike. And Tri-City is on the board. But Johan Macias, RBI single to right. So the last 2 hits for Tri-City each come on 0-2 pitches. So the leadoff walk is cashed in. Everybody else moves up 90 feet. And here is Jorge Ruiz, 0 for 2. Pitch on the way from Meyer is high, ball 1. Ruiz hit a comebacker back to Meyer leading off the game and crowded out to St. Laurent at second in the third. And again, this is a guy who they couldn't get out last night. Ruiz was 4 for 4 with a double and a walk. Pitch outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. And Meyer now, his next pitch will be his 20th here in this inning. And still only 1 out with the bases loaded. 2-0 pitch, swinging a pop-up. Back of third to Riggy, backpedaling and makes the catch. That was a major league pop-up, way up there. So 2 outs. And center fielder David Mershon is the batter. When the AquaSox come through in their 5th, they'll have the lower third of the order: D'Onofrio, St. Laurent, and O'Riggy. There's David Mershon. Mershon 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Switch hitter batting left-handed, and the pitch on the way from Meyer is ball 1. Mershon batting 194 coming in. He has a home run, 5 driven in. A 1-0 pitch from Meyer is a curveball outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Outfield fanned out straight away behind Adam Meyer. Rocks on the rubber is 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. The changeup well located down and in. It was not in the strike zone, and Mershon swung right over the top of it. 2 balls and 1 strike. Third baseman Harold Cole waiting his turn on deck. So the AquaSox sent 10 to the plate in the bottom of the 4th, and David Mershon is the 7th man to bat for Tri-City here in the 5th. 2-1 pitch, that's a strike. A cutter right at the bottom of the zone. 2-2 to David Mershon. Mershon spent some time with Double-A Rocket City earlier this year. 2-2 pitch, and that hit him. That'll force in a run to make it 8-2. No, Mershon hit by a changeup. Of course, Adam Meyer came into this 5th inning with an 8-0 lead. And pitching coach Brian Paul now going to go out and talk to Meyer. They're trying to, at very least, get him through this 5th inning to be the pitcher of record. Mershon hit by a 2-2 pitch. So that forces in Capri Ortiz. Mershon taking 1 for the team as he picks up the run batted in. And now Brueggemann to third. Macias to second with Mershon at first. And here is Harold Cole. And of course, Randy DeJesus is looming on deck. So here's Cole. He was put out on a real nice defensive play by Carter DeRiggi back in the 4th inning. And Meyer ready to leverage a breaking ball, swing and a miss. 0-1. Jose Geraldo is now throwing off the rubber in the AquaSox bullpen down the left field line. Tri-City still has left-hander Luke Cooper warming up. Strike one pitch. That is in there. The curve for a strike, 0-2. Meyer one strike away from getting the tape here in extended action in the top half of the 5th. And a 2-strike pitch to Cole. Curve low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Harold Cole last week at Spokane. In that series, 3 out of 25 with a couple of doubles and 2 walks. Stevenson sets up outside. A 1-2 pitch to Harold Cole. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. That's the inning. So after all of that,
Many customers have been with us for years because of our competitive pricing and outstanding service. We do business cards, banners, posters, signs, brochures, and so much more. We'll give you a free competitive analysis of all your printing needs to save you time and money. We are proud sponsors of our local sports teams and community events. We're at 35th and Broadway in Everett and online at packcopy.com. Pacific Copy and Printing. We do the work, you take the credit.
Anthony D'Onofrio takes ball 1, and the pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball hit sharply to second, right to Johan Macias. His throw to first is at time, and D'Onofrio is retired. 1 away for the AquaSox here as we start the last of the 5th. Frogs lead at 8-2 over the Dust Devils. And second baseman Austin St. Laurent is coming up. We have a new pitcher for Tri-City, left-hander Luke Cooper. And Cooper now to go to work on St. Laurent. Austin reached on an error back in the 4th inning, and the pitch to him here is in there for a strike. 0-1. Geraldo continues to throw the AquaSox bullpen. Strike 1 pitch. That's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Luke Cooper has made 8 appearances out of the Tri-City bullpen this year. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cooper 0-1 with a 5.91 ERA in 10 2/3 innings. He has walked 8, struck out 15, and the pitch is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here he comes with a 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and down on strikes is St. Laurent. So 2 quick outs for Luke Cooper. Picks up a strikeout. And third baseman Carter DeRiggi is coming up. Luke Cooper, born and raised in Gainesville, Georgia. And the left-hander ready delivers to DeRiggi. A breaking ball inside for ball 1. Carter at fine at bat. Well, he's had 2 fine at bats tonight, but what he had in the 4th inning had a nice result on 3-2. He delivered a 2-run double up the gap in left center field. There's the pitch. That is low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Carter DeRiggi. Carter throughout his career, and certainly it was true last year, has handled himself well against left-handed pitching. 2-0 pitch. That's low and inside. Ball 3. 3-0 to DeRiggi with Johnny Farmello on deck. AquaSox have 8 runs on 11 hits. Dust Devils 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors, and a 3-0 pitch inside. Ball 4. He walked him. So DeRiggi is aboard. And he'll head back to the top of the order. And Johnny Farmello. Johnny 0 for 3, flied to left, grounded to first, and fouled out to third. Johnny, of course, our player of the game last night, at a big night. 3 out of 5, a home run, and a walk-off RBI double in the 9th. Pitch in the dirt, gets away from Burns, and on the wild pitch, advancing to second, it is DeRiggi. So managed second with 2 outs for the AquaSox here with the last half of the 5th inning. This Game was moving along pretty quick through the first 3.5 innings. AquaSox sent 10 batters to the plate in their 5-run fourth. There's the 1-0 pitch to Farmello, swinging a foul straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike. And then Tri-City had a 8-batter top half of this 5th inning when they got their 2 runs. Johnny Farmello came in batting .263, 11 home runs, 33 driven in. And a 1-1 pitch to Johnny Farmello, swing and a miss. A slider down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cooper going to go down the back slope of the mound. Now he comes up on top. A ball just got away in the AquaSox bullpen and is retrieved down there. All right, the stretch from Cooper. Peek back at DeRiggi at second. The pitch to Farmello is a slider, low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Cooper was all set to pitch an independent ball. He was slated, they told us, to be on the Glacier Range Riders pitching staff for a 3rd year. And then the Angels signed him back in May. A 2-2 pitch to Johnny Farmello, swung on, fouled away, off to the left. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Cooper became the 12th player signed out of the Glacier organization to a minor league contract, and the second that the Angels signed. Right-hander Luke Schaefer is the other signee. 2-2 pitch, swung on, and that's popped up, foul down the left field side. That's going to twist back out of play, land in the left field bleachers. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Johnny Farmello. Luke Cooper last year in independent ball made 45 appearances out of the Glacier Range Riders bullpen. In college, Cooper spent 3 years at Kennesaw State. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That's a slider, low and outside. Ball 3 and a full count. Cooper, his last time out was back on the 26th, last Friday at Spokane. Came on, pitched a 3rd of an inning. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Gets away on ball 4. And advancing to 3rd on the wild pitch. The 2nd of the inning is Carter DeRiggi. DeRiggi to 3rd. Farmello has walked. 1st and 3rd, but 2 outs. And Luke Stevenson is the batter. Stevenson has flied to center, doubled to right center, and scored. Single to right. They drive in a run and scored. He also has a stolen base to his credit tonight. And the pitch to him, swinging a high, towering pop-up into shallow right field. Johan Macias, and now the right fielder, DeJesus. Randy there to make the catch, and then will retire the side. Nothing for the Frogs here in the 5th. Here we go to the 6th inning. 8-2, the AquaSox lead Tri-City. And a new pitcher for the AquaSox, right-hander Jose Geraldo, taken out for Adam Meyer, who will depart as the pitcher of record. And Geraldo's first pitch to Randy DeJesus is a slider, high outside for ball 1. Randy DeJesus, Peter Burns, and Capri Ortiz, 4, 5, and 6, middle of the order. Coming through here. A 1-0 pitch to DeJesus, way inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Randy DeJesus. And Jose Geraldo. 1-0 record, has a 3.95 ERA. Is 2-0 pitch to DeJesus. A swing and a miss. In front of his slider, 2 balls, 1 strike. Final line on Adam Meyer tonight. 5 innings, 3 hits, the 2 runs, both are in. Walked 1, struck out 7, hit 2 batters, and he threw 76 pitches. Slider swung on, a high fly ball to left field. Carlos Jimenez sprinting in. He runs to his spot and makes the catch. That was a major league fly ball off the bat of DeJesus. Just got underneath that. One away, and catcher Peter Burns is coming up. AquaSox have led this one all the way. They got 2 runs in the first inning after 2 outs and nobody on against starting pitcher Chase Shores. Felton Celestin tripled into the right field corner and scored moments later on a Josh Caron 2-run home run to left, his 14th. There's a swing and a pop-up off the bat of Peter Burns. Foul territory, third base side, and Torrigi there to handle it. So the Jesus flies to left. Burns fouls out to third. 2 up, 2 down here at the top of the 6th. Then shortstop Capri Ortiz is the batter. Frogs went up 3-0 in the third with 1 out. Luke Stevenson doubled off the wall in right center. And after an infield hit by Felton Celestin, got into third. He scored on a Josh Caron sac fly to left. Made it 3-0 at the end of 3. Capri Ortiz takes ball 1. And Geraldo, a 1-0 pitch to Ortiz. A swing and a cue shot foul off to the right. Got that right off the end of the bat. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Frogs are up 3-0 after 3, and then they sent 10 batters to the plate in a 5-run 4th inning. Here's the pitch to Ortiz, up and in. Had to lean back out of the way of ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Frogs in that last of the 4th inning. Got an RBI double from Anthony D'Onofrio, a 2-run double from Carter Durregi, RBI single from Luke Stevenson, and an RBI double by Josh Caron. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Capri Ortiz. Josh Caron tonight is 2 for 2 with a home run, a double, and 4 runs batted in. A 2-2 pitch to Ortiz, a slider inside. 0-3, a full count to Capri Ortiz from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. International free agent signee 4 years ago by the Angels. A 3-2 breaking ball is hit in the air to left field, fairly deep. Back goes Jimenez. He's shy of the track, and he makes the catch. And that will retire the side.
Dick Mechanical. Trust them to clear your clogs. Stop freaking and call Beacon. 1-800-FREAKIN. For tank and tankless hot water heaters, for clogged drains, for leaky faucets, for toilets that won't flush. Stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is your trusted source to solve all your plumbing needs. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
Felton Celestin fouls one straight back with once. We start the last of the 6th inning, and left-hander Luke Cooper's pitch, swinging a foul off the left foot of Felton Celestin. Ball rolls up to Harold Cole, the third baseman. 2 strikes to Felton Celestin, turning around to bat right-handed against the left-hander Luke Cooper for Tri-City, who came on and worked a scoreless 5th inning. So Celestin, Josh Caron, Brandon Nike, 3, 4, and 5 here in the last of the 6th. 0-2 pitch, check swing. Did he go? Did not go. On appeal, says the base umpire Bryce Obeldike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Felton Celestin. Has 2 hits tonight, the triple and a run scored in the first, the infield hit in the 3rd inning. Real-time average at 325. 1-2 pitch, swing and a ground ball wide of third. And Cole has this. His throw to first is in time, and Celestin is retired. 1 gone for the AquaSox here in the 6th, and designated hitter Josh Caron is the batter. Boy, what a night for Caron. 4 RBI already. The 2-run home run in the first. Sac fly in the 3rd inning, a ball that was well struck. He didn't quite get all of it. And the RBI double to center in the 4th inning. Here's the pitch to Caron, swing and a miss. So add 1 to Josh. And his real-time average is now up to a robust 264. He takes a fastball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, it's another luxury the AquaSox have. Well, the catching tandem of Josh Caron and Luke Stevenson this year, and also what Matthew Ellis has been able to offer. Here's a swing and a foul out of play off to the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And certainly in the case of Josh Caron and Luke Stevenson, a couple of just elite defenders. Here's a 1-2 pitch, swing and a foul straight back. One ball and 2 strikes to Josh Karen. We talked to some of the pitchers, and they want to throw it to all these catchers. And the Mariners organization, they asked their catchers to do a lot. Here's that 1-2 pitch. That's low and inside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we're just reminded every day throughout the Northwest League season how hard a task it is for not just the catchers, all of the players. What they are all asked to do and trying to do. 2-2 pitch, swing and a foul, straight back and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frogs lead at 8-2, 1 out, nobody on. We're in the last of the 6th here at Everett Memorial Stadium on a all of a sudden now cool Wednesday night. 2-2 pitch, swung out and missed. Karen is down on strikes here. That is the second out. Second strikeout for left-hander Luke Cooper. And first baseman Brandon Ike is coming up. Yeah, Washington State University has a campus in Everett that's making college more affordable. Students can complete their first 2 years at any community college, then enroll at WSU in Everett to complete their degree. You can learn more at everett.wsu.edu. Here's a wave and a miss by Brandon Ike, 0-1. Ike has 2 hits tonight. A strike 1 pitch to him. That is off the plate outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Action in the AquaSox bullpen. Right-hander Sam Whiting is getting ready. Looks like we're going to see him in the top of the 7th. And a breaking ball low and outside. A slider from Luke Cooper. 2-1. Brandon Ike stayed through his senior year in college at Virginia Commonwealth. He was the Atlantic 10 Player of the Year his senior year. 2-1 pitch. That's high, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. And certainly in the case of Brandon Ike and Josh Karen, 2 guys who were with the AquaSox last year, repeating the Northwest League, have really improved this year. Here is a fastball to Ike, high and outside, ball 4. So Brandon now has reached 3 times. And at first, 2 outs in left fielder Carlos Jimenez is the batter. Take a quick peek at the Pizza Hut out of town scoreboard. Yeah, the Eugene Emeralds, I think they got angry. They are making up for blowing a 5-0 lead last night. Pitch on the way to Carlos Jimenez, swing and a miss, 0-1. Vancouver, of course, last night down 5-0. They came roaring back, scored twice in the ninth to walk it off 6-5. Canadians had a 3-0 lead after 4 innings tonight. Runner goes, pitch, swing and a miss. There will be no throw through to second base, and Ike has it stolen. And for Brandon, his 3rd stolen base. Meantime, 2 strikes to Carlos Jimenez. Anyway, Eugene Emeralds scored 12 runs in the top half of the 5th inning. They now have a 12-5 lead over the Canadians at Bailey Stadium. Here is a 2-strike pitch to Carlos Jimenez. That's outside, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Elsewhere, Spokane, 3 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. Indians have a 5-3 lead at Hillsboro, bottom of the 8th inning there. 1-2 pitch to Jimenez, low and outside. With a slider, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Anthony D'Onofrio is on deck. And left-handed Luke Cooper. Left foot on the third base side of the rubber. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. That's fouled straight back still. 2-2 to Carlos Jimenez. And Jimenez this year doing a little better than he did last season with Modesto, and he had a fine year with the Nuts last year. 2-2 pitch, slider, check swing, did he go? Did not. 0-3 to Carlos Jimenez. Had 14 home runs with the Nuts last year. He's on pace maybe to do a little bit better than that this year with 9. Jimenez last year led Modesto in home runs and RBI, and he walked better than 12% of the time. 3-2 pitch, and that is strike three called. Delayed call by the home plate umpire, Byron Matos, and that will retire the side. Couple of strikeouts for Luke Cooper here in the sixth.
Because Sound Transit has all your bases covered with the triple play of Sounder, Link Light Rail, and ST Express buses. It's a stress-free way of catching the latest sporting events, concerts, or events, all without having to fight traffic or pay for parking. So what are you waiting for? Make Sound Transit the MVP of travel. Go to soundtransit.org to find out more.
Ball one to Gage Harrelson as we start the seventh inning. 8-2, the AquaSox lead Tri-City. A new pitcher for the AquaSox, right-hander Sam Whiting, kicks and fires 1-0. A fastball in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gage Harrelson. Harrelson, Kevin Brueggemann, then Johan Macias. So we're third of the order coming through here at the top of the seventh. And Whiting, a 1-1 pitch, the curve for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sam Whiting, last time out last Friday in Eugene, with a scoreless, hitless inning. A 1-2 pitch to Harrelson. That is all the way to the backstop. Did he go? Yes, he did. And now they will record the out at first base. Harrelson didn't take off immediately. So strikeout 2-3 on the putout. 1 away. And first baseman Kevin Brueggemann is coming up. And now some action in the Dust Devils bullpen. Right-hander Kyle Roach is get ready. 1 out. Here's Kevin Brueggemann. Had an infield hit to third back in the fifth, and a pitch. Fastball is in there for a strike 0-1. Right-hander Sam Whiting, 1-0 record, has a 6.28 ERA. This is his 11th appearance. He has logged 14 1/3 innings. And a strike 1 pitch. A curve just outside ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sam Whiting from the Sacramento area. Here comes his stretch and a 1-1 pitch to Kevin Brueggemann. That's off the plate outside ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Whiting a four-seam fastball and a over the top 12-6 curveball, which is his signature pitch. A 2-1 pitch. Brueggemann swings and lifts one foul down the right field side, and that will slice back out of play just beyond the right field bleachers. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kevin Brueggemann. Last year he was with the Inland Empire 66ers, of course, then a Angels affiliate, now a Mariners affiliate. Brueggemann, a pretty versatile defender. Here's a fastball, strike 3 called right across the outside corner. So 2 up, 2 down. Couple of strikeouts for Whiting here in the 7th inning. And second baseman Johan Macias is the batter. 8-2, the AquaSox lead it. Frogs had a 3-0 lead at the end of 3, and then pulled away by sending 10 batters through in a 5-run 4th inning to go up 8-0. Here's the pitch to Macias, in there for a strike 0-1. Adam Meyer, who departed after 5 innings as the AquaSox pitcher of record. He allowed just 1 base runner in the first 4 innings. Strike 1 pitch, Macias fouls one away off to the right, 2 strikes. And then Meyer had a bumpy road in the 5th inning, facing 8 batters and being charged with 2 runs on 2 hits. He also hit a couple of batters. Here's a 2-strike pitch. That's low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Meyer was able to strike out Harold Cole, and the Dust Devils left the bases loaded in the 5th inning. And in doing so, Meyer set a season high in strikeouts with 7. Here's a 1-2 to Macias. That's a breaking ball. The slider, it looked like, low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frogs infield shifted way to the right. Lights now are beginning to take some effect as we are right at sunset. And here's strike 3 called to Johan Macias. That's the inning. How about a 1-2-3
you need to do two things. Stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical. On call and there when you need them most. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
Anthony D'Onofrio swings and fouls one away down the left field side. Strike one to D'Onofrio. It is the AquaSox 8, Tri-City 2. Game 2 of this 6-game series. Hawks winners here last night, 3-2 on the walk-off double by Johnny Farmello. Strike one pitch. That's lifted to left field. Drifting back is Ruiz there to make the catch. And one away for the AquaSox here with the 7th. And second baseman Austin St. Laurent is coming up. On the scoreboard, maybe some Northwest League scores around the Mariners farm system. What a ball game tonight in Springfield. Arkansas, of course, last night had a one-run win, and they drop a ball game tonight in 10 innings, 9-8. Here's a slider low and outside to Austin St. Laurent, ball 1. Springfield 9, Arkansas 8, final in 10. Trav's got 4 in the top of the 10th, and Springfield got 5 in the bottom of the 10th. Here's a swing and a foul to play off the right. 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the 7th, Tacoma leading Reno 5-4 at Cheney Stadium. And a final, Inland Empire shuts out Visalia 5-0. A 1-1 pitch to St. Laurent. That is swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Austin St. Laurent. Crowded his second, reached on an error and scored and struck out. 0 for 3. 0 for 6 now in the series. There's a 1-2 pitch. That's popped foul down the right field side. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Austin St. Laurent. On deck is Carter DeRiggi as right-hander Kyle Roach rubs up a new baseball. Roach, a 3-0 record, has 2 saves and a 5.14 earned run average. And a 1-2 pitch to St. Laurent. That is high, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kyle Roach, born and raised in Braintree, Massachusetts, a suburb of Boston. 2-2 pitch, fouled away off to the right. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Roach made 3 appearances in the series at Spokane last week for Tri-City. And he last worked in the ball game on Sunday. Here's a 2-2 pitch to St. Laurent. That is cut on and missed, strike 3. And Austin strikes out. First strikeout, I believe, for Kyle Roach. 2 up, 2 down. And AquaSox number 9 hitter, third baseman Carter DeRiggi comes to bat. AquaSox 8 runs, 11 hits. Tri-City 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. And the Frogs again have led this one from the get-go after the 2-run home run by Josh Karen in the first inning. And DeRiggi takes a strike, 0-1. Carter has reached twice, 1 for 2 with a walk. He had the 2-run double to left center back in the 4th inning. And a strike 1 pitch to him. That's in there for a called strike, 0-2.
Let's go, Carter. Let's go, baby.
DeRiggi had the night off last night. And Kyle Roach, a 2-strike pitch to DeRiggi. That's waved at and missed. Strike 3. Carter down on strikes. That's the inning.
Stop in Thursdays during market season for a market special too. The perfect pairing with seasonal produce is waiting for you at A Bit of Taste on 1st Street in Snohomish. And browse the selection online, abitoftaste.com.
Here we go to the 8th inning. The AquaSox lead Tri-City 8-2, and Sam Whiting's first pitch to Jorge Ruiz is inside for ball 1. So top of the order, Ruiz, David Mershon, and Harold Cole here in the 8th to face Sam Whiting, who struck out the side in order in the 7th, and the pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jorge Ruiz. The big night last night, 4 for 4 and double, a walk, a run scored. There's a 1-1 pitch from Sam Whiting, very high, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jorge Ruiz, 2 homers, 14 RBI, came in batting .241. And here is a 2-1 pitch from Whiting. Fastball, swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 years ago, Ruiz was ranked as the Angels' number 16 prospect entering the season by MLB Pipeline. 2-2 pitch, swung on and hit of the year to center field. Right there is Farmelo. He's got it. 1 away. And center fielder David Mershon is the batter. So the AquaSox in search of a win tonight that would get them over the 500 mark. Hogs again right at 500, and they were 33-33 in the first half. They're 5-5 in the second half. 38-38 overall. David Mershon takes inside for ball 1. And the AquaSox entering the day just a game out of first place in the Northwest League second half standings. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Mershon. That is a check swing, and David takes high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Lots of baseball to be played down the stretch. Here's a 2-0 pitch, swing and a ground ball back up the middle, past the dive of St. Laurent and into right center field for a base hit. And David Mershon is aboard. So Mershon is first hit tonight, just the 4th hit for Tri-City. And third baseman Harold Cole is coming up. By the way, tonight is game number 77 in the Northwest League schedule, and the significance of that, of course, is for the longest time when the Northwest League was a short season league, it was a 76-game season. Harold Cole takes inside for ball 1. And back in the day, there weren't many off days. Here's a 1-0 pitch, swung on a fly ball, hit the deep right center field off Cole's bat. That's going, and that is up into the net. A home run for Harold Cole, and it's now the AquaSox 8 and the Dust Devils 4. Patrick Cole, his first Tri-City home run. Cole began the season with AA Rocket City in the Southern League. He had 3 home runs there. So Cole shoots one out of here to right. And Tri-City kind of now on the periphery of things, down by 4 with 1 out of the 8th. So the base hit to center by Mershon, and a 2-run home run to right by Harold Cole. And here is Randy DeJesus, and he rips one foul straight back into the play. Strike 1 to DeJesus. Led off the second with a double to left center, and he was left stranded there. Pitch to him. That's a slider low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Randy DeJesus took strike 3 called in the 4th, and he was the first batter that right-handed reliever Jose Geraldo faced in the 6th, and he flied the left. Pitch, swing and a miss. Had a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, top of the 8th. AquaSox 8 and Tri-City 4. Hogs led this one 8-0 at the end of 4 innings. A 1-2 pitch, line drive, 1 hopper, backhanded by Celestin. His throw to first is in time. So 2 outs. And catcher Peter Burns, he is coming up. AquaSox in there, bottom of the 8th inning. Will have a top of the order coming through. Johnny Farmelo, Luke Stevenson, and Felton Celestin. So 2 outs, nobody out for Peter Burns. 0 for 2. Walked, though, and scored back in the 5th, and he lines one into left center for a base hit. 3rd hit of the inning for Tri-City. And Farmelo will get his throw back into second base. So man at first with 2 outs, and Capri Ortiz is the batter. Ortiz is 0 for 2 in the 6th inning. They put a charge into one that had plenty of home run distance, but it was just foul, and then he wound up flying out to left field. Pitch to Ortiz, leans out of the way of a slider too far inside. 4-1. And Ortiz now the 6th man to bat for Tri-City here in the top of the 8th. And Burns a short lead off first, held by Ike. 1-0 pitch. That's very high. Ball 2, a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes to Capri Ortiz. Ortiz has a modest 6-game hitting streak on the line here tonight. And Sam Whiting, a 2-0 pitch to Ortiz. Swung on, popped up foul at a play off to the right. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ortiz entering play hitting .224. Last year in 97 games with Tri-City, he hit .225. And that was as a switch hitter. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That's a strike at the knees across the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ortiz gave up switch hitting, gave up batting left-handed. So right-handed against the right-hander Sam Whiting. And Ortiz this season has swung it well against the Frogs. Had a big series against the Frogs at Giza Stadium. There's a swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. Here, he got him with a slider. That's the inning.
We all love road trips. And every trip comes with that inner voice reminding you to do the right thing. That empty cup, it goes in a litter bag, not out the window. That stuff you're hauling in your truck bed? Secure it with straps or a cargo net before you drive. Listen to your conscience. Together, we keep Washington litter-free.
Ball 1 to Johnny Farmello as we start the last of the 8th. The AquaSox holding an 8-4 lead over Tri-City in a ball game. The AquaSox led 8-0 after 4 innings. 1-0 pitch. That is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-hander Kyle Roach came on and faced the minimum. 1, 2, 3, 7th inning with a couple of strikeouts. And a 1-1 pitch to Johnny Farmello. That is a strike across the inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Roach, 42 innings and 40 strikeouts in relief this year. A 1-2 pitch to Farmello. That swung on and missed, and Johnny strikes out here. So 1 away. Third strikeout in relief for Kyle Roach. And catcher Luke Stevenson is the batter. Luke 2 out of 4 tonight. He singled, he's doubled, he scored twice. He had an RBI single in the AquaSox 5-run 4th inning, and that's the last time the AquaSox have had a score. Pitch on the way to Stevenson, swinging a high fly ball, hit to deep right center field. The Jesus will turn, it's gone. Stevenson shoots one up into the net for Luke, his 7th home run. He now has 43 RBI. It's a 3-hit night for Luke Stevenson. Dogs have extended their lead to 9-4 here in the 8th. He got a fastball middle of the plate and did miss it. And here is Felnit Celestin. He's 2 for 4 tonight. And Kyle Roach ready and deals a curveball for his strike 0-1. So Josh Caron hit the 2-run home run of the first, and Luke Stevenson, a solo shot here with the 8th. There's a strike 1 pitch to Celestin. That is right down the middle, a curve for a strike. 0-2 to Felnit Celestin. And Kyle Roach, pretty quick worker. His 2-strike pitch, that is swung out and missed by Celestin. He strikes out on 3 pitches. So now 4 strikeouts in relief for Kyle Roach. 2 outs, a run in on the Luke Stevenson home run. Well up into the net in right center field, about halfway up. And here is Josh Caron. Caron 4 RBI, 2 extra base hits tonight, and he looks at a curveball load outside, 4-1. Take a look ahead to the 9th inning. Tri-City will have the lower third of the order coming through. Harrelson, Brueggemann, and Macias. There's a 1-0 pitch. Karen takes a strike across the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And action in the AquaSox bullpen. Right-hander Lucas Kelly getting ready. 1-1 pitch. Fastball a little high. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Karen. The 2-run home run on a 3-1 pitch in the first inning. Sac fly in the third. RBI double to center in the fourth. Check swing here. Did he go? Did not. Ball 3. Great 1 to Josh Karen. And the only time they got him was in the 6th inning. And the left-hander Luke Hooper struck him out. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That's a breaking ball. Too far inside. Ball 4. And Karen has walked. So the third time he has reached safely tonight. 9-4. AquaSox lead it. Made it first. 2 outs here in the last of the 8th. And Brandon Ike, he is the batter. Ike 2 for 3 with a walk. Last time up in the 6th, he walked and stole second base. Outfield plays him straight away. Pitch to Ike. Fastball. A strike across the outside 0-1. They haven't received a paid attendance tonight, but a nice gathering here on a Wednesday night. And dancing off the bag at first is Karen. He's going to second. The throw to second base, and he's out. 5-run lead now at 9-4. Thanks to the home run by Luke Stevenson with 1 out of the bottom half of the 8th. And right-hander Lucas Kelly front and center. He'll go to work on Gage Harrelson, followed by Kevin Brueggemann, and then Johan Macias here in the ninth. And Kelly ready and fires a fastball in there for a strike 0-1. Gage Harrelson, the batter, left-handed hitter, has flied to left and struck out twice, 0 for 3. Kelly, his strike 1 pitch to Gage Harrelson, very high, pops into it out of the catcher's mitt of Luke Stevenson. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gage Harrelson, 1 out of 7 now in the series. Came in batting .216. Has 2 home runs, 13 RBI. One of his home runs hit against the AquaSox here in Everett. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. He was out in front of that. 1-2 to Gage Harrelson. And there is the DH tonight. An outfielder, center fielder by trade. There's a 1-2 pitch to him, swing and a miss, and Harrelson strikes out. 1 away here in the 9th inning. And first baseman Kevin Brueggemann is the batter. Brueggemann picked up his first hit against the AquaSox in the season series with that big Baltimore chopper to third back in the 5th. He is 1 out of 3. Struck out his last time in the 7th. The pitch swung out, a fly ball hit the deep right center. Back goes Farmello. Johnny leaps up, can't get it. And the ball caroms away. And here goes Brueggemann on his way to third. And they're going to hold him up. Finally, D'Onofrio is up with the ball. Gets his throw to the plate. That ball hit high off the wall at right center. And then came rolling back towards the infield at a funny angle. They're going to show it to us again on Valley Sports Live. Farmello, a valiant effort, jumps up in the air just beyond his reach. And D'Onofrio had to chase it down in shallow right field as Brueggemann gets to third base with a triple. So he's 2 for 4 tonight. And here is Johan Macias, a swing and a miss, 0-1. And Macias drove in a run with a base hit to right in the 2-run 5th inning for Tri-City. Kelly at the belt, strike 1 pitch, swing and a miss, and a curveball. Quickly 0-2. Lucas Kelly, 6th rounder by Seattle in last year's draft. As of the midseason rankings, MLB Pipeline has him as the number 28 prospect. There's a swing and a foul out of play off to the left. Still 2 strikes. Kelly listed at 6'4" at 220. He, of course, was with the AquaSox at the end of last year. Here is a 2-strike pitch to Macias. Swing and a miss. Ball got away from Stevenson. He records the out at first base. Strikeout 2-3 on the putout. Remaining at third is Brueggemann. And we'll head back to the top of the order and Jorge Ruiz. So Ruiz has gone from feast to famine. They couldn't get him out last night. 4 for 4 with a double and a walk. Tonight he's 0 for 4. Last time up in the 8th inning, he flied out to Farmello in center. And Kelly kicks and fires. Curveball for a strike 0-1. Kelly, right foot on the rubber, leans in to get a sign from Stevenson, and a strike 1 pitch. Jorge Ruiz, a breaking ball that's punched into left field for a base hit. On to score from third is Brueggemann to make it 9-5. So Ruiz picks up his 5th hit in this series, so the 1-out triple is cashed in. And Jorge with a run batted in. Well, the bat at first here is David Mershon. Had a base hit his last time up. The pitch is high, ball 1. Advancing to second is Ruiz on indifference. So man at second out with 2 outs. It's the AquaSox 9 runs, 12 hits. Tri-City 5 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. And Luke Stevenson just for a moment went the mound to say something to Lucas Kelly. Now back on his haunches behind the plate. As Mershon, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. Fox is batted, waits, looks out towards Kelly. And a 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kelly, nothing fancy. Comes at the hitters with a fastball and a slider. You know, timeout. It looked like a ball got loose from a youngster on the home run porch, and one of the guys in the Tri-City bullpen went down and got it. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ruiz at second. We're in the top of the 9th. Frogs lead it by a 9-5 count. A swing and a miss. 1-2 to Mershon. And the Frogs 1 strike away now. One ball and 2 strikes to David Mershon. Kelly ready, and here it comes. Very high, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Harold Cole, who hit a 2-run home run to right back in the 8th inning. By the way, paid attendance here tonight, 1,471. A 2-2 pitch to Mershon. Swing and a miss. Kelly strikes him out. And that is your ball game tonight. It is an AquaSox win. And indeed, the Frogs go to a game over 500 overall at 39-38. They're now 6-5, and the